Dawib Group is a company which comprises of Dawib Investment Resources Limited, then Rima Guards Limited, then Dawib Farms Limited. It's an agricultural company, industrial company too, which was built on wanting to create millions of jobs for our teeming youths and Nigerians, knowing where we are going and what is happening now. And I believe with farming vigorously pursued, most of the youths, restive youths you find, will be engaged. Rima Guards is a security company duly registered in Nigeria, and it is the security company created due to the realities on ground that whatever you're going to do now, security will be the first challenge you face. So we now got this security company on board so that it will secure the whole infrastructure of this group. Like we have them guarding the farms and making sure that all the inputs distributed to outgrowers are monitored and secure and also utilized in the farms so that we can have maximum output. We tried them in our onion fields in Sokoto, where last year we were the largest producers of onion in the country. And we saw the effectiveness of having to have the security company on ground for recoveries and so many of these things. The Dawib Investment Resources Limited is a company that is about 20 years old with so many lines of business. We have the haulage part of it, that's with an agreement of moving wet cargo for NNPC retail, which we have done for so many years. We have the processing company, vegetable processing plant. It's a huge company. It's in Sokoto, which processes onion into flakes, powder, and other finished products. Then it does carrot, tomato, garlic, pepper, both chili and the other green and other pepper types of pepper. Then it also does things about beans also. So you find that we have come up with this company to reduce or to stop the wastages that is always found after harvest of most of this, like onion. Almost 40% of it is lost to, it perishes because there was no processing this thing, and huge outputs are brought from the farms but can't be processed. So we now brought this company, which is one of the first in West Africa here. It's a very huge company which processes 5 tons per hour of onion. We also have equipment leasing company. That's the mechanization aspect of the company, the farming aspect of Dawib Farms. So it's incorporated into this Dawib Investment Resources Limited. We have huge investments there because we have machines like bulldozers, excavators, payloaders. This equipment leasing company is the company that does land clearing and infrastructure in our farms. So you find out that this Dawib, this equipment leasing company will now go clear the land. If we are targeting about 100,000 hectares, it goes into clearing the land and doing the roads, doing earth dams, because we are going into, onion is majorly produce that is done during winter or during the harmattan. So it is always irrigated. So we have to do earth dams where we conserve water during the rainy season, and then we use this water to water the crops. Then we are going into huge wheat production. Looking at what is happening in the world now, we saw, even before, we've been working on how to bring on board wheat production, knowing that Nigeria spends about $5 billion every year per annum importing wheat. So we sat down in the group and looked at how we can come into this thing, conserve foreign exchange for the country, and also do a lot and engage the youths into this venture. So now that I'm talking, we have acquired very big farms in Sokoto, about 4 locations in Sokoto. We have one in Tafa here, around Abuja. Around Gurara also, there we have a field there. We are also looking at Ilela, that's the border town between Nigeria and Niger. And across, even around in the Niger Republic, there's a project that is being financed by World Bank, which is, they are clearing, I think, about 30,000 hectares of land there and bringing irrigation facilities and the rest of them. We also hope to cash on that. So in the next, our plan, that's the short term, which is about 2 years, medium term 5 years, and long term, which will be 10 years, is to see that we can drastically reduce what is imported in form of wheat so that we can produce here. Then also in this Dawib Investment Resources Limited, there's an industry that is coming up, which is the wheat processing factory, which is the flour mill. The flour mill will now be the one that will process the wheat we produce in our various fields, and we intend to bring on board about 25 to 30,000 youths who will be trained and given inputs and other things to produce wheat also under our guidance and our extension services, which will help them get maximum yield of the produce. This will also bring up the livestock aspects of the company. This livestock aspect of the company, we already have, and we produce yogurt now, which is well marketed, M&G yogurt. In Sokoto, it's all over there. We intend to increase the numbers. We have about 500 and I think 5 as at the last count of heads of cows, which we are working with now. We intend to get to maybe 10,000. That's because with the huge shrubs and end products of the farm, that's after harvest, we will feed these animals with it to produce wheat. And then the byproducts of the animals also, that's will be used for fertilizer, blending, and other things in the farm. So all these things are put together to make sure that we have a chain that will be end to end. When we do wheat during the winter, that's the Harmattan season in Nigeria, we chose Sokoto State, Kano, and Kano Jigawa, Katsina, Kaduna, because these are states that will give us maximum yield, because like somewhere like Plateau, Bauchi, Borno, Adamawa, Kano, Sokoto, Kebbi, Zamfara, you find during Harmattan, the weather gets as low as 12, 13. And if these things like in Ethiopia and Sudan, where we have all gone to look at what they do, you find out that they have maximum yield, and in Sudan, the lowest they go is 18 and 19. And the lower the temperature, the better the yield on wheat. So you find that when we did the pilot schemes in Sokoto and some of these places, we had wonderful, wonderful, wonderful yield. So this will be what will be done. Then also the Dawib farms, under that company, we will do maize and soya beans. That's during the rainy season. If we cultivate the wheat, after harvest, then we prepare all the fields, and all our outgrowers will also prepare their fields for cultivation of maize and soya beans, which is also used in so many factories in Nigeria. It is used to do the feed for chicken, as poultry, and other things. So we intend to do that, and it's going to be very, very high numbers, because where you cultivate, our target is getting to about 200,000 hectares. So by the time you get to that, you can imagine, like in Gurara, we did maize last year. From the yield we had, we were having 7, 8, 9 tons per hectare. So where you do 200,000 hectares, you can imagine the numbers. So it's a company that is brought up, this Dawib group, to revolutionize agriculture, rural production in this country, and make a lot of changes in what we are facing today. Because the whole insurgency and the rest of them we are facing today, lack of employment is what is causing it. And we have the land, human resources, and everything to solve this problem. So Dawib is coming in this way to get a change, or to bring a change that is required into the society. Because when people have jobs, things will get better. An idle mind is a devil's workshop, which is always the saying. Our vision is to change the narrative of agriculture in Nigeria, to bring jobs, and jobs to our teeming youths that are almost 70% of the population of Nigeria. And that is why we approached African Development Bank to partner with us as a development bank to solve this problem. We're in partnership with Imam seed producers in Sudan, who are the major producers of Imam seed, and they are doing wonderfully well. That's Afri company in Sudan. Then we are in partnership also with a company which produces, which is in fact the reason for the success of the Mexican wheat revolution. And that product of theirs is Montes International. They are in Iowa, in America. Right now that I'm saying, we are the major distributors in Africa, and we have large quantity of the consignment in the store now, which we intend to use as we start this wheat revolution in Nigeria, because this is really a wheat revolution we are bringing into Nigeria.